All right, I have this Craftsman riding lawnmower LT1000 with a 42-inch deck. It's the year is 2002. I'll be showing you today how to take that starter off and put another one on. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the hood all the way off. So first thing, you want to open the hood up. We want to take the light wire off. These just slide together, just pull off. Now you take your hood, take it about halfway back, and it just slides out, as you can see. And it goes in these grooves right here. So that's how I roll it. Makes things a little bit easier, and then plus I can show you a little more with that hood being out of the way. All right, first thing we want to do is we got to get this oil tube loosened up, because this shield, plastic shield, we got to get off, and this will be in the way. So you're going to need a 1/4-inch socket or wrench. Go ahead and take that bolt off there. All that does is, you see, it just loosens it up. You can go ahead and take this tube all the way off if you want. It just pulls out. But I like leaving it in so no dirt or anything gets down in the motor. All right, so now we want to get these off, which they're 1/4-inch socket. And that should slide right off of there, just like that. As you can see, that's why I had to loosen that up to get this to pass right here. All right, now. All right, so our next thing, we want to get this wire off right here to the starter. If you want, you got to hook your battery, which there's no juice that will go to that unless you have your ignition key on to start. So you're going to need a 7/16 wrench, and it's going to have to be pretty skinny to fit in between that wire, because you don't want this spinning inside that starter because it destroys it. And then you'll need a 7/16 socket. If you want, you can probably hold on to this wire to take it loose if you don't have that skinny wrench. So go ahead and take that off. Once you get it loosened, you'll be able to take that nut right off of there. And that just sets this side. We're going to put that nut back on so I don't lose it. Alright, so next thing, let me get this just a little better. There's 2 bolts right here that we need to get off, which either you're going to need a T40 starter wrench like this. That goes right there. And now what I'm going to do is I always take a pair of pliers or anything you want to break these loose. And you want to make sure that's all the way in there. If not, then you can strip them. If you want, you can get a wrench to stick on those to break them loose. It's just a little easier doing it this way. Once you get them loosened, go ahead and take it off. Now, these 2 bolts is what holds the starter in place. So when you get the last one out, you may want to, or when you start loosening the last one, you probably want to hold on to that starter so it don't fall out on you. Just like that. And this is a 16.5 horse Briggs & Stratton motor. All right, there you go. And then this goes, this goes like this. What that does is it holds those wires back. That's right there. So it sets like that. And the number of your starter, if you're looking for part number, it's right there on top of the starter right here. I don't know if you can see that. So, all right, so we're going to head now, we're going to put it back on, which just could be a little bit of fun. You got to hold and get the bolt started. Just like that. And remember, make sure that piece is holding that wire up and out of the way. Just got to get in there, get the holes lined up, get the bolt started. Make sure that wire is not behind that starter, because you don't want to be cutting that wire. That is a very important wire. Do the same thing on the next side. Get it started. Line it up. And once you do that, you can go ahead, like I said, make sure that wire's not behind that starter. And you go ahead and tighten these up. Okay, my wire's out of the way. So you want to tighten them up pretty good. So with a wrench, or like I was with the pliers or channel locks. And as you see, you can just do that. Get them pretty tight. Do both of them. All right. We'll go ahead and get our wire put back on. Man, let me adjust you better. All right, so we want to go ahead and get this wire put back on. Get our nut put on there. You'll need a 7/16 wrench and socket again. Go ahead and tighten that up. All right. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get this plastic piece put back on, which it just slides in there. And you just line up these holes. Go ahead and tighten them down. Don't go crazy with them because this is very thin metal. So then your oil tube. Go ahead and get that one put back on. Line it up. Tighten it down. Just like that. Alright, so we're going to get our hood put back on. See these grooves right here? You got to take your hood about halfway shut, about, like that. It just falls down the grooves. There you go. And then we want to go ahead and get our lights hooked back up. Just like that. Now you're ready to go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.